You know what $3,500 could buy me? At least 8 hours with a hooker. At least.
Oh, welcome out to the Alpha Primos podcast, the show where we talk about anything and everything from drinking Snapple to making fun of Apple. Hey, I'm Juan Solo.
And I'm Paco.
And I am the No, I've used that one already. I'm funky like a monkey. I'm JJ.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, oh my goodness. I don't know if for the viewers it's been a while, but for us recording, it's been a while because
I forgot what this room looked like.
yes, and my background is now different because I have now moved.
Ah, yes. Moved into the new castle, I see.
Yes. It's quite the castle. The dog has a backyard now, so I'm sure he's enjoying it for all of the 5 minutes until he scratches the door so he can come back inside.
the outside,
Let me in.
the outside world is cold and lonely. Please,
which is
let me back in
crazy.
so that I can eat some underwear.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because when we would walk him at the apartment, he would take his sweet ass time. Like he'd be out there for 15, 20 minutes, and it's like, God damn, boy, it's hot out here. Like, let's get back inside. You know, I don't want to be in this Texas heat. Meanwhile, now that he's all on his own, he's like, he just goes, pisses, and shits in like 2 minutes, and he's like, I want to get back in. I want to get back in. And it's like, cabrón. Now, when you're out by yourself, you don't want to be out there.
The crows are mean to me.
World's a scary place.
Yeah. But yes, speaking of our viewers,
you don't happen to live in a place where there's like eagles or something. Maybe he sees one and he's like, oh, that thing will carry me.
I mean he might, but like when I look at like, because we have like a security camera in the back, and whenever I log in and I look at him when he's out there, like he's usually just there chill minding his own business. The other day he was chasing a cat though, so I clipped that from the security footage and I sent it to everybody, like him chasing the cat. That was pretty funny.
I mean, but, technically we do have eagles out here, but they're like I think they're not technically, they call it the Mexican eagle, but I think they're like part of the hawk family or the falcon family.
Yeah. One of them landed on my head.
Oh. You've been chosen. You were chosen.
In Walmart.
It was on the floor. Yeah, there you go.
You're the next homeland. We're just going to move into your apartment.
I named it Xerxes.
It's a very fitting name.
Yeah, in Walmart of all places. Me and my friends were just like goofing off at Walmart, and I picked up something and I was like reading the back of it, like as you do, and they were like, I don't know, playing catch with like some merchandise that we didn't pay for yet. And as I'm looking down to read the back of the shampoo bottle or whatever the fuck it was that I had, I feel something like on my head, but I didn't want to move because I thought it was a bat, and I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have rabies now. like I don't want to move. I don't want to move. But it was on my head for like 2 seconds, and then it flew away. I just heard like Frank and Seabass like laugh and be in awe at the same time. It's like, meanwhile, I was like terrified. I was like, whoa, what was it? Did a fucking pigeon shit on my head? Oh god, please tell me it wasn't a bat. Like, what the hell was it? Like, it was a falcon, dude. What?
I think the fact that makes it that it happened inside a Walmart just makes it that much more patriotic.
God bless America.
Yes. God bless America and Walmart.
But speaking of blessings, let us give another thank you to our viewers, the true alphas, for watching this channel. So our last video, which was uploaded a couple of weeks ago was our Pixel Primos, our debut Pixel Primos, where we talked about mouse and
Yes.
realism and graphics and whatnot. So it is currently at 13 views since uploading.
All right.
So that
Lucky number
means
30.
yeah, and we have 11 subscribers, so that means every single one of our subscribers watched it, and someone
And I watched it
watched it more
twice.
than once. Yeah, there you go.
We've
So,
hit the digits. That's growth.
so
Growth.
yes, so yes, to all those true alphas, top G's, for watching our content, we appreciate it and we enjoy it, and so
Light your cigars and smoke away.
yes, there we go.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh, where the
Yeah,
hell's my vape? Oh, it's in the other room.
There you go. You don't make vape. You don't hit
like
cigars.
it's
We
like
vape.
this puff goes to you guys. But yes, there we go. So that's it for channel updates because we don't got any comments. So I guess we can jump into our very first story. Uh, let's talk about Twitch. So
Oh, Twitch.
at the time of recording, it's still like a developing story,
Yeah.
but uh, to my understanding, they posted the rule changes last night, and then today they backpedaled it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
Um so I actually didn't hear about the updates from any official sources, ironically enough. I found out about them from the Mexcellence chat. Like not while we were recording, but like Mark, I think, was the one that saw it and he just posted it on our group chat. And as I was reading through it, I was like, huh. So pretty much everything that Sam was doing to make the channel like unique is what they're canceling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be my question to you. It's like how is Sam taking all of this because he
He's on
has like
vacation, so
his own. That's true. He's not here.
he's not. He
uh,
would be. He'd probably be having a bit of a baby right now. Like if
like
he'd
I
be
completely forgot. Yeah, he's
You
not
know what that
here.
means, right?
what?
He would have to move over to Rumble or Kick.
Well,
First Hero, and now Rumble and Kick. This is how they convert you to the right. This is what's happening to Sam. This, first it was Ben Shapiro. Now, all right, bro, you gotta be. You're conservative now. I don't know what
yeah,
happened.
man.
You're now a conservative.
Look,
But at
bro,
least you can say
Ben
what you want.
Shapiro already gave us the in with Rumble, so like that's where we got to go, bro.
You gotta get a Rumble.
I don't know if Sam signed some kind of like fucking blood contract with Twitch or something, but I do find it strange that we're not like streaming on multiple platforms
I think it's
because
because he thinks Twitch is going to be the most successful one compared
Twitch
to.
keeps trying to kill itself, dude. Like,
This is Twitch keeps fucking up. Like they keep. I tell you, man. Like I said earlier, all these companies and all these corporations, like, you think we can get away with this? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Let's see how far we can go. They're like crossing that line step by step by step until somebody turns around. Like, remember those old school cartoons? They turn around and look at you. They step back. Like, okay, you caught me. It's just more cartoonishly evil shit. And then the last part about it where they're like, oh, we're going to stop giving you 70-30. We're going to do 50-50. Yo,
yeah,
what?
there-
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You already
Twitch
made billions of dollars off of me. Well,
Twitch
not me
has
personally.
Twitch has the lowest payout out of any of them. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
Twitch has the lowest payout out of all of them. Rumble is better.
Kick
Kick,
also.
I think, has the best one.
Yeah, I
Uh,
heard that Kick gives them more
Kick
money,
has like
which is their selling point.
yeah, Kick has the best one. YouTube has like Twitch's old one, the 7030.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, and I don't know what Facebook offers, but it's got to be better than Twitch.
I mean,
Hmm.
gotta be. There are a lot of people streaming on Twitch, like a lot of video gamers, anyways. I do see a lot on
Well,
Twitch.
the only
Yeah.
advantage, well, like before, Twitch's advantage was that they were the only name in the game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Like there were other sites that existed, but like none of them had like that name, that you know cultural osmosis that Twitch did. So Twitch
Hmm.
was like the only name in the game for a while. Now there are a few more names, a few viable contenders.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, that's the part that like really like baffled me about like this like announcement, because there it's one thing if it's like, like some big wig in a chair that's just really out of touch with like the community and
Hmm.
is just thinking of like how can we make more money, especially since now there is competition. But this is like, how was there this big of a disconnect that you don't realize that doing this is going to shoot yourself in the foot, especially now at the worst time when there is competition and they pay better, and like, yeah, like that's, I guess that's the part that like just really shocks me. It's that I think lately Twitch has been taking a lot of L's lately in terms of like creators moving to other spaces, them
Hmm.
having not being able to have competitive wages, and then now this. And so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, what were you thinking?
I think it's not so much the out of touch. I think it's they think they're in touch, and then it's most of them are just like listening to, because I think at first Rumble and Kick had the backlash for a little bit of like, oh, you can say and do whatever you want on Rumble and Kick. There was no rules. So I think before anything even really started, everybody was already assuming there's going to be nothing but racist and all this weird stuff on Rumble and Kick, and nobody's gonna want to watch it, and nobody's gonna want to go over there. And I think Twitch took that to heart and be like, "Man, they ain't shit. We got this. Ain't nobody gonna go over there, especially after hearing all that and being associated with that." And Twitch is they just, I think they were overconfident. I think in that aspect, thinking like, "Oh, Rumble and Kick aren't gonna take off because everybody's already on Twitch. Nobody's gonna watch them." Not realizing, well, Rumble and Kick not only are offering more money, but also more what creative freedom, I guess, in a way, which is kind of what most creators want. Like, let me do my thing. Don't fuck with me. Leave me alone. You're making money off me through ads or whatever it is. So just let me do my thing. Whereas Twitch is now imposing all these rules and then taking away more money from you.
I
So
I,
that's what I think it is.
I think that you're right. Because they were thinking like they're gonna come out on top, and
Yeah.
this ain't over yet. Like they
Yeah,
could
no, it's
they
not
could
over
turn this
yet.
around.
Still
But
fresh.
I think their thought process was that like this is just another Mixer, because
Hmm.
Mixer lasted like what, all of half a year before it died.
Yeah.
And but the difference with Mixer was that nobody wanted to go on Mixer. Like Mixer was poaching people off of Twitch, right? Like it was
Mhm.
getting Ninja, and it was signing like these huge contracts with these creators. So yeah, people would go on Mixer to see them stream, to see these creators streams, but they wouldn't stick around. Like once that stream was over, like they weren't checking out anyone else who was
Like
on
anyone,
Mixer,
yeah.
because like who the fuck was on Mixer? Nobody.
Nobody. Just
Hmm.
like
But
the couple of people that they had, and that was it.
yeah, exactly. But now people are actively going to these other places. Like people go to Kick by choice, not because they
Mhm.
threw a bunch of money at them. It's because they wanted to check it out.
Yeah.
And Rumble, I mean, Rumble still kind of has that like reputation of like that's where all the crazies go. once once they get kicked off of everything else, that's where they go. But there are other people that aren't them, that aren't the crazies, that get good numbers. But Rumble also has like some shadiness to it, like because I know whenever they would show like Sneeko streams or something, people would always be like, "Are those numbers even fucking real?" Like, I don't believe you had 5 million people on this stream, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think he had many streamers on his other channels either. I don't
well,
think.
that's why people were questioning it because it's like, come on, like, there's no way. I'll grant you that you're successful on Rumble, but there's this number is way too high, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched one of his streams. Like, well, actually, I've never watched anybody's actual stream except for like Mechlet streams and Double Toasted. But like other creator streams, I haven't really actually watched. I see like the clips that they
Mm.
do, and they do some wild ass shit. Like they do some wild ass shit over there. I will give them that. But also, doesn't Twitch have like an easier user interface as well?
It does.
Compared
So that's the other advantage that Twitch has, and that right now that's probably Twitch's best advantage that they're not leveraging and they're not using correctly is
Mhm.
that Twitch, from the user perspective, from like, let's say I'm not running a stream, if I was just
Yeah,
watching someone,
yeah,
there are more options for me on Twitch than there
mm,
are on the other ones. Like, granted, I can't rewind and I can't skip the ads,
yeah,
but I can use custom emotes. I can, earn channel points.
hmm,
I can gift subs. I can, like, you have more ways to interact with the
hmm,
community and with the channel on
hmm,
Twitch than you do in even like YouTube. Like, YouTube
yeah.
is probably the closest one to overthrowing Twitch, and even YouTube doesn't have all these
Emotes and stuff like
interaction
Mhm.
options. Yeah,
because ultimately the interaction with the community is what's going to keep you afloat. What makes you successful
yeah,
is
that's
the more
that's
engagement
another.
with
Yeah, that goes back to
your
like why
community.
Mixer failed because like
Yeah,
they couldn't build the community on Mixer. There was no one to rally
Mhm.
around.
Yeah. And yeah, and so that's part of why like Twitch they rolled it back cuz when they made these changes, like the blowback was immediate. Like
yeah,
Oh yeah.
everyone immediately like went to town on them and jumped on it. And so they rolled it back and they said like no, we were just testing out the waters. We didn't mean for this to go public. But people caught shenanigans on that because if you look
Bro,
at
you
the
had
announcement,
infographics
there's
like
art. Yeah, there's artwork. Like meaning you paid somebody to make this
yeah,
to visually like show off the rule changes. So no, like it's crazy to think that, but it's also one of those that you have Twitch ambassadors, and that's their way of like, not being out of touch. You have someone from the community to let you know like their point of view. And every single Twitch ambassador took to Twitter to say that they thought that one, the rule changes were ridiculous, and two, that they would make such a big change without consulting a single ambassador. It really does look like they just did this on their own without consulting anybody. And
yeah,
so that's why Twitch said that, yeah, from here going forward, they are going to discuss it first with them before putting anything out. And like I mentioned earlier, it is still a developing story. And a lot of the ambassadors that did go to this meeting and that they did put out like some notes afterwards, even they admitted like there is some stuff that's still protected by the NDA, the non-disclosure,
Mm.
so they can't talk about it. So they're only highlighting some of the things that they could talk about, and the big one was that from here going forward, that Twitch was gonna consult with them first before making an announcement like this.
Well, yeah, they have to. I feel like somebody came in afterwards, just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" The hell? The intern is like, "What did you just do? Stop touching the computer! I already told you." They tell their executive, "I told you not to touch the computer. Leave it alone. You don't know how to use it." That's what I feel happened. He's like, "Oh,
but I
well,
mean, yeah, we'll see how, yeah, how they manage to like to turn this around, and we'll see how this how these streaming platforms like how they go. Because if anything, all these other platforms, they're taking notes, going like, okay, don't do
Right,
this.
yeah.
You know, like
I think the
They're
one that
like
you told me
SpongeBob, just like write that down, write that
I
down.
think the one that's really coming up, and I feel like it's coming up kind of fast, is Kick. Like
Yeah.
everybody that I see on TikTok or Instagram, it's not follow me on Twitch or I'm live on Twitch. It's go to my Kick. I'm on Kick live right now or doing this. So Twitch needs to watch its ass because I think Kick really is doing the SpongeBob. Write that down, and they're like, "Oh shit, they're fucking up." I'm taking advantage of every fucking thing they fuck up. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the money too. If they're giving way better deals and you keep more of your money, then most definitely Kick is going to come in and
Oh
sweep the
yeah.
floor with Twitch keeps
yeah,
fucking this up. But
yeah,
it's owned by Amazon, so I mean Amazon I feel like might if Kick does start doing way better, I think Amazon might cut its losses and just shut Twitch down, if it starts losing way too much. I really do think so that's something Amazon would do, but I think it's too premature to say that. But I feel because how big Amazon is, they'd be like, "Well, we tried."
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
I
don't
that Go ahead.
like. No, yeah. I was just gonna say, I'm like, I don't see Amazon cutting it. If anything, like I would even be surprised if they try to like peddle it off to like somebody else to see if anyone will take it. Because if anything, like YouTube could like take it and then upgrade that, since they know that like YouTube Live, while it's good,
Hmm.
it struggles with the interactivity with the emotes and stuff like you can on
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah, that's
So
another thing. Yeah,
like, yeah, so they could take it, or even any other like a website that wants their own
they're all
streaming
streaming.
component. Yeah, I
I don't
would definitely see them adopting it before Amazon like just cuts it.
I don't know why it's not like merged with Prime Video yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I have a Roku, right? Like that's how I watch TV through a Roku. There's no Twitch
Hmm.
app for Roku. So by default, I've watched more YouTube live streams than I have Twitch streams because there is a YouTube app for Roku. and it's the same one to watch like a regular YouTube video as to watch a live stream. Like it's just a matter of going to the channel. Um but I can't do that with Twitch on the Roku. Like I have to turn on a PlayStation and not play a game. Like what am I? An old? No.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's just Amazon being petty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Fucking Amazon.
Yep.
Oh well.
So there you go. When they sell it, if it goes under, first thing they're gonna do,
Who do you
put
think
it
will
on
buy
hold.
it?
That's gonna be the first thing that
You
ruins
think
it.
Disney will buy it?
Yes, yes. Disney will fucking buy it, and they're gonna start. What Disney's gonna do is they're gonna buy it, and they're gonna start streaming like the parades that they do at Disneyland and Disney World. They're gonna start
They're gonna
streaming like
stream
drone
D23.
videos of drone
Holy
videos
fuck!
of Disney parks. They're gonna what they're gonna do is they're gonna like since you can't come to Disneyland, we're just gonna do a live of Disneyland, and
Yeah.
you know there are gonna be people that are gonna buy into that.
And if Disney
You
buys
sold
it,
me already.
I know
uh,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
hang
Disney
on,
buyer.
bro.
I am your
Disney,
idea man.
if Disney buys it, that means that we could, like, a creator could probably use their entire catalog of like music on their stream.
Oh, ooh, yeah.
With no
That'd be
repercussions.
good
They
to
could
know.
also
Yeah.
use like gifs and Disney emotes and stuff. All the Marvels, well, all the
Look, if Disney
MCUs.
catches wind, we just gotta get them to sign a contract. Look, it's all right. We got 1% of everything you make off of this. Okay, it will never bother you again. And be like, I want Club. What is it? Club 33. I want access. George Clooney have Club 33. I want to sit with George Clooney.
I want you to freeze me next to Disney when I die.
And I
In
We gotta
50
believe
wait.
they
years.
would go for it.
Huh?
I believe they would go for it because I remember when they had like a Disney XD and then they rebranded it to like something else. I forgot what, but they're off brand Disney where they would show anime and superhero shows and whatnot. I
You know
remember
what else?
for a while they were experimenting with getting YouTube videos but putting them as like a TV show that you could watch on TV. So they would
Yeah.
get clips from like YouTubers and Let's Players. So you would see people like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, you name it, on the TV on Disney Channel. They would just get like clips and just make a big montage, and that was an episode. And so they experimented with that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Disney would jump on on Twitch if
You,
it ever goes for sale.
you know what else?
So
But
Two things that they could use the streaming thing for. The first one, they could get all the Disney YouTubers whenever they like because all the Disney YouTubers they get access to all the the like the new Halloween stuff or the new Christmas things or the
yeah.
new foods and all those really exciting things. They could of course bring those guys onto their stream and like, oh, you can use our exclusive Disney stream. That would bring in tons of viewers from all those channels have massive amounts of viewers. And then of course they could use it for the Disney cruise ships because I only know of like the one channel right now that they've gone on like several Disney cruises and they do their reviews and stuff through YouTube. And then the second thing is it would make their D23 news and uh, conference or whatever way easier and streamlined to stream. And everybody that watches that, again, going to come right to their streaming service to watch the exclusives of D23. Anytime they want to release anything, any new of the Disney parks information, the new keys or the new this, new that, could go right through their stream. And if you already have the Disney streaming service, boom, you already have access to it. You're already paying for it. Imagine how much more people would be like, oh, cool, we can do this. Put the Disney stream on in the background for, like doing music or something, whatever, other ideas they can have through that, like as a background. I'm like, oh, I'm just watching the live stream or they're doing a Disney park, karaoke live stream for Disney music or some random shit like that. Like that right there already. Like I'd be kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like I'd watch that. Any kind of exclusives they do for movies or shows or whatever. You already have your own streaming service, so you don't have to pay anybody else anything. Cut your costs. You already have a built-in audience. You're good to go. Fuck, man. God, why doesn't nobody pay me for this? Shit. Oh, shit. Shit. This is all good ideas. I'm not very articulate, but goddamn. The Matrix, get my brain. Wait, don't do that. Wait, stop. But yeah, I mean that would be a really good idea for Disney. Shit, man, I just gave Disney a bunch of money. I expect a paycheck. I expect a 50% cut, son. But yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah, if Amazon were to drop it, I'm pretty sure Disney or somebody would pick it up. They would
Mm.
definitely do that. I'm sending this to an executive at Disney like right now. Clip it for me. I'm gonna email somebody. Email who is it? Bob Iger.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bob
Yeah,
Iger is in charge
yeah,
right now.
he's in charge again.
yeah.
Even that the theme park guy, forget his name, the one you introduced me to, JJ, the Defunct Land.
Oh yeah,
No.
He'd be good. He'd be good on doing like Disney history and stuff like that. He'd be good to be a stream like that. That'd be kind of cool. I like watching those.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a great show. Good channel. All right, let us move on to our next topic. So, Apple did their press conference, their E3 presentation.
Bro, it took me forever to find out what the fuck the acronym stood for. Like, because
What, E3 or?
no, the WWDC. That's where they announced the
Oh,
stupid Apple goggles.
mm-hmm.
I had never heard of it before, so I was like, what would democracy can like, like
What
what
would
does
Nick
this
Cage do?
mean?
Oh,
I,
that's cheating because they took the A out of the WWDC. If
it's
the
a
A was in it,
worldwide.
it's easier to figure out, I think.
It pissed me off to no end because I saw the goggles on like a tweet and it had that
Yeah, same.
hashtag and I was like, what the fuck is that? I never heard of this. What deity is this? Xenu? Like, who in the fuck is this?
But
It's
yes,
Steve
for
Jobs coming
those
back.
but yes, for those curious, it stands for the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference. But they don't put the A when they abbreviate it. They just put
Oh,
WWDC.
Yeah,
yes.
because you would read it as all dick. What happened? Oh man, I was just watching the all dick. The what? The Apple
Odd
Worldwide
Dick 23, baby.
Oh hell yeah!
2023, baby. All dick 2023.
Give me my
It's like
lotion.
what? It's like what they talk about. They talked about the hard drive. Oh
The
yeah,
hard
all
drive.
hard.
The hardest to drive. For some reason, it's got a vein on it. I don't know what it's for, but it's there. I mean, why is it there? It's aesthetically pleasing, if you know what I mean. It's got the one vein. Like,
It's ribbed for her pleasure.
it's SSD super size. Just the odd dick conference of 2023. No, so those goggles,
Yeah.
those VR goggles, man, they
They sure
okay,
are a thing.
yeah, I don't know if the world's ready. To be totally honest, I don't know if the world's ready. We weren't ready for Google Glass. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to be ready for these gigantic ski goggles that they're going to put on my fucking face.
You know what it is? Google Glass was ahead of its time.
Dude, everything that like Google Glass, Palm Pilot, the BlackBerry, very ahead of its time. All that, and look at us now.
Yes.
Look at us now.
But I do think it's interesting that, like, yeah, because when I saw it, I immediately compared it to like the Google Glass. But to my understanding, I think there was like two, like the, well, there was a lot of factors, but I think like two of the main things that like kind of killed like any momentum that the Google Glass had was that uh, one, people thought it looked stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to walk around wearing computers on my face in public,
Mm-hmm.
even though they
They don't
look
want
just
to,
like regular glasses. I mean, but either
right?
way,
Yeah.
people thought they looked
If
silly.
look, if it came with a Macho Man bandana, I could be talked into buying it. Like,
I mean,
um,
if it comes with any bandana, I'd be like, I think I look good in this.
Too. Yeah, and
All right, but that was one
the
thing.
other thing that the other thing was the cameras that it had. So they were capable of recording, taking photos from the glasses, and you have to realize this was like right at the end of like the whole Patriot Act and Edward Snowden, the whole
Or are we
Hold on.
talking?
like
We still
the
talking about Google
government like
Glass?
yes.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the goggles already.
No, this is Google Glass.
This
Okay,
Google
Look,
Glass. And so privacy was a very big concern, and so I do think those were like the two big things that like caused the Google Glass to like not go forward. Again, this was years ago, and I don't really know too much about it. So if I'm wrong, someone please correct me and let me know in the comments. But yeah, now to jump to the Apple one.
wait, didn't also the Google Glass have like some sort of AR capability as well? Like some kind of AR capability, you know?
yeah, you
Like
could like
Yeah,
read your
it would
text and stuff. Yeah,
like it would display it like on the glasses like to you. No one else would be able to see it. So yeah, you could say that yeah, it was augmented reality. Um, but yeah, it never caught on, and so now here's Apple, and they're coming out with theirs, and I guess let me praise it first before I like completely like shit on it.
okay.
the the tech on display is genuinely impressive. It
Mm.
it is really cool, like in a technical aspect. It really is just uh like a headset
yeah.
that you can watch your movies on, or you can use your computer. Because I saw Marcus Brownlee's video on it, and he got to try it for like 30 minutes. They had a demo there, and he said that yeah, you use your eyes to navigate it. You don't use your hands like you would in with a VR headset. And he's like, the eye tracking was, he said it was really on point, and that if you had a Mac computer, you could look at it, the Mac, in the goggles, and it would take the display from the Mac and project it onto the goggles. So you
Ooh.
could quite literally use your computer from the goggles. You wouldn't have to actually go on there and stuff. And so all of that is really cool. It's really neat. I'll admit, I'm like, that's kind of neat. But now let me shit on it.
Yeah.
Amen,
And
brother.
I think the my main thing with it is that why do you need it?
Yeah.
Like if my Mac computer is already right there, why don't I just use my Mac computer? And the other thing was they showed that you can take photos and you can record 3D video and stuff like that. And even in their own demo, they showed like this guy like recording like his kid's birthday party like with the goggles. And right there I'm like, so you want people to walk around wearing this like in public? It People didn't even want to wear the Google Glass, and it looked like glasses. Now you want people to walk around wearing fish bowls on their eyes?
Yes, and I can tell you why.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. They're gonna corner the market on the Macho Man cosplayer scene.
Oh hell yeah!
um, yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't do anything that like I can't already do on my phone, and that's constantly on me. You just heard it go off a little bit ago. um, there's that, and then I mentioned this on the Mexcellence, but Apple doesn't have a killer app in when it comes to like me, right? There's nothing on the Apple space that makes me go like, I fucking need it. I need that Mac, except for like maybe Final Cut, but
Yeah.
like that's the only one, and I don't do a whole lot of video editing, so it's it's a moot point. Uh, but yeah, like why would I get the Apple goggles over say like uh Steam's VR set? I forget the Valve Index.
Yeah.
With the Valve Index, at least has I can play like pretty much any VR game, and it comes with like to date the quote unquote best VR game ever made. So why wouldn't I just get that?
Hmm.
It's probably like half the price too. Like I
That's
don't.
the other thing I was about to say. The other thing that we could shit on, that
Yeah,
price. Holy shit. And I mean, it's fair to say that this wasn't meant for the public, like especially because there's not much with it. I mean, it's a new product, so there's still no apps for it. There's still, yeah, the
yeah.
developers are ultimately the ones that are going to make this product usable.
Hmm.
And so this was just the pitch, if you will.
Hmm.
And yeah, there's someone got footage, like they were recording it. I think you can find it on TikTok, where someone was recording the presentation, and when they announced the price of like $3,500 or whatever it was, it you just hear an audible like, oh, like
It's like
it
a.
sounded it sounded like the crowd when you play like Wii Sports.
It's Do you remember? Speaking of Valve, oh, and by the way, the Valve Index will only set you back at G, so it's a third
Mhm.
of the price.
Yeah.
uh, but when they announced Artifact, the Dota 2 card game, like I remember there's video footage of like people in the audience when they were announcing it, like recording the screen, and it says Dota, and everyone's like, "Yeah!" And then it says card game. Aww.
Oh.
I guess I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate here because I'm a shill for like all the new technology, even as stupid as it looks and sounds. But like, so is the intention of the Apple Vision? Is it the intention is supposed to be like the Google Glass intention was, like everyday use in life, or is its intention was supposed to be kind of like the VR headsets like Steam and what's the other one, the Oculus and stuff like that, for use mainly for gaming? Because from what I was reading, that you could FaceTime with it, or if you were like doing Zoom calls, that the screen would record your eyes and your face so it looked like they were looking at you, which is already creepy as fuck now. Like that's gonna make things even creepier. Um, and yeah, I'm with you. The $3,000 price tag, Jesus Christ, no, damn. And you're right, no apps. But I will give Apple the idea. I will spend the 3 grand if this can be used for everyday life, and you give me isekai type shit. Whereas I'm walking, I can see people's HP. Like somebody, it'll give you their stats, and I don't care if they're completely made up, but it'll give you stats, power level, and their HP. Like if you see like a little dog, it'll give you like the little dog emoji, and it'll be like a little happy cat or some shit like that. And then you just walk up to your boss, and you're like, ugh. But he's got like that boss level HP bar. Every time you argue with him, it just kind of goes down a little bit.
I mean, that's the other part of it, and yes, someone will definitely make that app, make that
Dude, I
possible.
would spend that money if you do that, and then you connect the Pit Boy to it. I'm fucking sold. I am, I am watching. I am
but
carrying that thing around. I am putting on a hooded sweatshirt, and I'm looking like a crewmate for Among Us.
but but yeah, that's the other thing that's weird about this one. So the other issue with it, it's only got a 2 hour battery life,
Ugh.
and so if
Hang on,
the intention
let me
is that
check the
they
valve
want us to
index here.
wear this in they want us to wear this in public, it's like it's not gonna last like that long for a full outing. And even then, they advertised it in the thing that you could watch movies on it, like Disney Plus was gonna work on it. It's like most movies are
Are
at
gonna
the
be
2 hour
long.
mark,
Yeah.
so that means I would have to watch it while hooked up to the charger.
My
And
thing is this.
so
My thing is this. I am paying like $3,500
Mm.
for this 2 hour product. You know what $3,500 could buy me? At least 8 hours with a hooker. At least. So, or at least a really nice escort. I would much rather spend my money on her than I would if this thing's only giving me 2 hours and she's giving me a night. I'm sorry, but I'm spending it over there and not over here. I don't care if you can give me a heads up display like Halo or Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, uh, one, I agree with you, but
Can't argue with logic. You mean I could pay a woman to hang out with me because I'm sad and that's what has to happen, or I could pay the $3,500 and I can watch a Cinemark movie in my home connected to my charger? No, absolutely not. And then yeah, you're right. It has no apps. Like, what the fuck are you offering? No games, no apps. Are you partnering with somebody? Are you
I,
partnering with?
I mean, it comes out a year from now, so I think the idea is like like show off the product so that way any developer that's interested in making
Mm-hmm,
stuff for it, they can
mm-hmm.
hopefully have it ready for when it does release a year from now. But as far as like what it has and what it can do, according to the demo, right now it only has Apple apps. It doesn't even have an app store yet.
Oh,
hmm But again, it's not out yet, so it's they could add this in when it does actually release for people to buy it. But
I'm sure. I'm sure they're also going to add some fitness stuff into it. I mean, I could imagine using that as like a really good workout motivator. You know what I mean? Like, you have it on, and if hey, it's only 2 hour battery, like your workouts ain't gonna last that long. Let's say you want to go do some cardio, have like a little like AR game in front of you while you're running or jogging that just adds into your surroundings. I would think that'd be kind of cool. That keep me on track to like running. Well, you've been doing cardio for 6 hours, dude. I'm almost at level 7. Hell yes. Imagine just like you're at the gym and you just see people kicking and jumping and running over nothing.
yeah,
What?
we'll see if people are willing to wear it in public. Because again, I'm like, people didn't even want to wear the Google Glass, and it looks like glasses, and now you want people to wear this.
You
Yeah.
underestimate this generation. You underestimate this generation. I mean, think about it. What's one of the biggest new eyewear fads is those like I call them the Consecos because Jose Canseco, the baseball player, used to wear those. I don't
Oh,
Oh,
know
the
what the
yellow
brands.
actual
ones are
yeah, like those big ones that cover
the
your whole face
wraparounds.
basically.
Yeah,
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 like
the
those are a
Macho
big thing.
Mans. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
the macho
macho man.
exactly the Macho Mans, the Caseco's. That's super in right now. So I mean, I don't see this as much more of a big. I don't see this as a big leap.
The Macho
You know
Man's
what I
never
mean?
left the public consciousness.
No,
They-
yeah, Macho Man never has left the consciousness, but it's now that
you can
the
still
Gen
see
Zers
him on
have
Slim
taken.
Jims. Like,
Yeah, he is still on Slim Jims. I did see a Slim Jim the other day. He's still alive in our hearts and on Slim Jim.
Al- also, I can't see how long the Valve Index battery lasts, but I'm pretty sure it's more than 2 hours.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's yeah.
I don't,
Mhm.
but the other thing that I heard was that it's also going to display your eyes, like if you're wearing it out in public, or if you're wearing it
Yeah,
with like other people in the room. It's going
yeah,
to.
it's going to display your eyes. That's what I was talking about earlier. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's when I cut off that if
Oh,
you're
okay,
like
yeah.
in public or out somewhere, it's taking a picture of your eyes to display on it. And I thought in one of the pictures that I saw, I thought that was just like the Google or the glass being transparent. No, I think that was just a picture it took of her eyeballs.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
a display. It has to be a
it's a
display.
yeah, yeah,
Could
it's a
have fooled
display.
me.
uh,
It's not the person's actual eyes. But
Eyeballs.
well,
but yeah, the way that's supposed to work is that like if I think the idea is if you can see through the thing, then
Hmm.
the other people are going to be able to see your eyes through it.
Yeah.
However, if let's say you're watching a movie, then
Hmm.
what instead they're going to see like you're watching something. You get it? They're not going to be able to see what you're watching, but there's going to be like a display showing like like a blurry screen, if you will, telling
Oh,
everybody
okay.
like, oh, he's watching a show right now, or he's watching a
He's
movie.
watching
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Hmm.
It just feels like
it'd
it's
be funny
becoming.
if it did tell you like what he's watching. He's watching Riley Reed get
It's
it.
like, yeah, I was about to make that one. I was like, I'm watching Backdoor Sluts 9. What do y'all want?
What do you want? Look, I'm just watching. I'm not touching myself.
Babe, why are you
Okay,
so sweaty? I'm watching Cops. It's.
I feel like I'm really there.
Oh man, watching body cam footage on those things must be like crazy.
Imagine playing that real life body cam footage game on that.
Oh, on record.
Unrecord.
Imagine playing that on that motherfucker right there. That'd be nuts. That'd be crazy to play that. I mean, it's got like it's VR, so I think that's the next step. It's got potential. It's just there's still not much out there for it, and it's still not attainable by the general public.
Yeah,
That's
no.
still what that VR is, that it's still not attainable by the general public. Like even if you were to make it like 200, 300, like 300, $400 like a new console, I mean, you still don't offer anything with it. There's no games, there's no cool apps. There's really nothing that's I'm like, well, why am I going to spend the $400 on that? You only got like two apps and three games when I could just go get the new PlayStation or a Switch or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I mean, my thing is that,
I mean,
like,
that out there, to get people's mind juices flowing, like, oh,
yeah.
well, what's the potential in this? Because, for example, the me working for the library, I have to talk to a lot of the schools and stuff. The local college here, they do a program to train construction workers, electricians, and stuff like that. Well, in their electrician training program, they use the Oculus. They have a VR training program to teach them how to connect wires and this and that, and that's how they train electricians now, using the Oculus. So they're like, oh yeah, they don't actually have to, be put in
Get
like
shocked.
these so dangerous situations
Yeah.
because they're still newbies, so they can make the mistakes and not get injured. And then that way, when they get out and they start doing, real life stuff, they have the experience, which I know a lot of people still don't want to adopt because wasn't VR warfare kind of like a thing where they had tested using VR to train soldiers at one point, or there was a test. I know I'm probably stealing this from Metal Gear Solid because I remember Metal Gear Solid 2. That was when how Raiden was trained, and they were like, pfft, they scoffed at it because like you don't know what it's really like. Like oh yeah, I did because I felt pain. It's like yeah, but you're still alive. You didn't actually get shot. You didn't actually get stabbed. And I think it's the same thing with these that these are the early adopters of these kinds of technologies. So yeah, I think it has potential, but there's still not enough people that have access to it to develop anything for it. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know how this shit works. Like, oh, we're showing it off. Okay, cool. Can like I borrow it so I can maybe make some stuff for it, or you know, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, you're totally right that it's like it doesn't do anything that my iPad doesn't already do. And
Exactly.
I don't have to look like a jackass out in public if I walk out with my iPad. like
Yeah.
um so until there's something that I can't do anywhere else, like
Hmm.
except for with the goggles or whatever, it's not gonna grow. But it also needs more people to have access to it so that they can make that shit. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that they're training electricians with it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
When I found that out, I was like, really? He's like, yeah, dude. I was like, dang, that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
actually. Not gonna lie, like that's pretty dope. But you know how Apple is. Apple is very secretive and very keeps everything close to the
Apple doesn't
chest.
let you customize anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, you're gonna release this, but you're not giving us a chance to, do anything and make it even more successful than it could already be. You know what I mean? It's like because they keep everything so close to the chest and so secretive, which I understand. I get, especially if you're somebody that owns $1 billion company like that and you're trying to keep everything proprietary or in your own in-house, great, but you lose out on a lot of other markets and a lot of other things by doing that. And iPhone is still used to be like everybody has to have an iPhone. That's starting to kind of feel like I have an iPhone now, but like I'm starting to see that these Galaxy Notes and these other things are doing much better shit, much better displays, much better cameras, and iPhone is still kind of catching up with some of this stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, like what
Oh
Samsung's
yeah,
got like that foldable phone.
that was a
Hmm.
joke for years, like in the Android versus Apple debate. Like Android would develop a new feature, but it'd be low key, like no one would give a shit about it. And then five
Yeah,
years later, Apple would announce that the new iPhone has wireless peer to peer charging. You can charge two iPhones by sticking them together like this. And the Apple crowd goes nuts, like, "Oh my god, that's such an amazing feature. That's great." Meanwhile, all the Samsung users are like,
we've
"Yeah,
been
we've
doing that.
had that since like 2010, bro."
Well, didn't Samsung do wireless charging first too?
Yeah,
Weren't they?
Samsung's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they just toss your phone on there, boom, wireless charging.
Yeah.
Now Apple's barely catching up to that. It's like,
Yeah. Like
I mean,
I know the texting, like being able to just with one finger, like just going across
yeah,
like that. I know that was like a
it's
big
actually
thing that that yeah, like Samsung had it, and then yeah, Apple announced it, and it's like we had that for years, man. Like
The
I
one
think
that made me laugh because when I moved to Austin and I started working at this job, uh, all the people that sat around me had uh, iPhones, and so they pushed an update for like whatever iPhone version it was at that time, like 5 years ago, and they were like super excited. Look, you can scan QR codes now, and it'll and I, and he came up to me and he was like, "Dude, look, you can scan QR codes now." I was like, "Yeah, cool. Bet you can't do that on Android." Yeah, I've been able to do that for years, bro. Like for literal years. This isn't even like the fanciest, newest Android phone.
mm.
bro, I got this for free when I signed up. I could scan QR,
I scanned a QR
and
code to get this phone.
how do you think I got there? Yeah, no, it's. I think the only thing that iPhone trumps Android in is in their messaging. Like it's something that you can't really crack, right? Isn't that a thing? Like Isn't
It
that what like drug dealers? That's why they use iPhones because even the cops can't access the messages on an iPhone, like iMessage. Like
it
even Apple won't give them access.
yes and no. SMS is outdated, and that's what
Uh,
like everyone that has Apple is like. That's why you should go to Apple because it's a iMessage. It's not SMS.
mhm.
Androids actually don't use SMS anymore either.
I don't know.
They use something. I think it's like RSS, and it's just as secure. I mean, maybe not as secure because like yeah, Apple has control over the iMessage fully and totally, so like they don't have to release it without a warrant or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's got all the benefits of iMessage. The the only thing is that like Apple won't fork over access
Hmm.
or let RSS communicate with iMessage. So us as me as an Android user, if I message you, you're going to get an SMS message from me,
Yeah.
Yeah,
even though my phone
it's
technically
not
doesn't use
SMS.
that
Yeah.
anymore.
Hmm.
It's because that's the only way I'd be able to message you. So like Android is sort of doing you the favor so that we can
Yeah.
still talk to each other. Like
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, I've also noticed I've seen it in several dating profiles that if you message me and a green text message box shows up, I'm deleting you. Wow, that's fucked up. I was like, wow, that's
well,
really fucked up.
it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
click sucks for
Such.
you. You're not going to red light.
I'm like, man, that's such an elitist thing, you know. It's like, goddamn, just because I don't want to pay $1,000 for a phone, that means we can't
Well, I
talk. Like,
mean, I can download iMessage on my iPad and be like, "Okay, cool, what's up?"
yeah, I guess so.
Boom. Yes, baby.
There, it's blue now, like my
Hmm.
Boom.
balls.
You still on for 8 o'clock at red light?
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be much more development with
Yep.
this Apple Visions. I mean, it
Hmm.
looks like the thing from Ready Player One, so that's cool.
The
Mm.
Oasis.
The Oasis.
But it doesn't have
Yeah.
controllers, bro. Like, how the
Hmm.
fuck does it work?
Use your hands.
Hmm.
What I'm saying is, we should all just chip in to get me a Valve Index for my birthday.
You probably make that happen. As soon as
Yeah,
I give Valve a call.
Bro, this was a mistake because now I know how much it costs, and not only that, I know my computer can run it.
Ah, yes. How much is it?
It's a grand. It's a
it's
G.
like 1,000. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a third of the price of the Apple headset, and it comes bundled in with like the best rated and reviewed VR game to date.
and what game is that? Because I don't know
What's that,
what it is.
Alex?
Half-Life Alex.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay. I haven't played
Yeah.
it, so
Mhm.
that sounds kind
The
of cool.
man, I remember when I went to Walmart, they had the Oculus, and
Mm.
I'm like, these motherfuckers, because they have Resident Evil 4 VR and it's exclusive to Oculus, and it's like, you bastards. Because I don't want to buy an Oculus just to play
Nah,
Resident
man.
Evil.
How much
I
is the
mean,
Vive? I think the Vive is more expensive than the
yeah,
Index.
Yeah, but I think the Vive is cooler.
When the Index is pretty cool.
No, I'm not
I'm,
shitting on the Index. Like, I'm just saying, if you have to
oh
pick between the
the
Oculus and the Vive, get the
oh no, yeah,
Vive.
go with the Vive. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what.
after looking at the Index now, I'm like, I might be going with an Index. Like, I don't. How much
I mean, I
is?
kind of want an Oculus, but
God damn it! Give me a
I'm
price.
already. I don't know. I kind of want an Oculus, but nah, I'll wait. I'm still gonna wait. If I had the money, I'd probably get it just so I could be like one of the early adopters. And once all the new VR stuff comes out, I'm like, right there, ready to be able to use and do everything without any
Mhm.
kind of learning curve.
Oh,
But there's really
the
nothing that I want to play except maybe go into the meta world and fuck with people like the
oh, you can
Mexican
go to
dude.
VR chat and
You can
like
go to VR chat without the VR.
Oh, you can? Because I
Yeah.
thought because I keep seeing the TikToks of the
Oh that.
Mexican
Oh that
Mexican
knuckles.
knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mexican knuckles. I just want to join his chat because that shit sounds hilarious.
No. Yeah. You can use it from a
El
computer,
tiempo de
dude.
guerra.
oh yeah,
The
and
app's free,
the
so
yeah, the Vive XR Elite is 1100. So it's a
Well, that's
hundred
not that
dollars
bad.
more
so it's 100.
than the index.
All right.
Well, since Disney's gonna take my ideas, they're gonna pay us for them. So as soon as
Mm.
you know what, I'm getting us indexes and vibes all around. This
Hell yeah.
indexes and vibes. That's how we're gonna do the podcast from now on. Just indexes and vibes.
Well, we'll
Indexes,
record it in VR
vibes, and a
chat.
subscription to
We'll
Brazzers.
record
So
it in the VR chat. There
There we go.
oh, we could have like a talk
Our,
show setup. That'd be
you
yes,
go.
that would be perfect. All right,
With
and
these
on.
random characters, we have Luffy, we got Rocksteady, and we got Spider Man over here.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be the new Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
There you
That's
go.
what
It'll
new
be
Space Ghost Coast
awesome.
to Coast.
All right,
That's
and
what it's
on
gonna
that
be.
hilarious note, this is where we wrap things up. Hope you all enjoyed. By all means, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you think about the Apple Vision, whether or not you guys like it, or if you think it's a piece of shit like the Google Glass. Let us know. And until then, we'll see you all next time. Latest.
peace.
Laters.